The Ravens Flock presents The Black Files, an uncensored interview and review podcast for all geek fandom.
Welcome everybody, friends and pals, guys and gals, boys and girls around the world. Pop a squat, pop open a cold one with all of your friends. It is Wednesday night, it's only a couple of hairs past 10 p.m., and you have been granted access to the uncensored and uncompromising interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock. So, whether you're a friend or you're a fiend, boy, girl, or in between, you are tuned in to a brand new episode of The Black Files.
Yes, that's right. And speaking of cracking open, we crack open a new month. Like it's Wednesday, October 2nd.
That is correct. We have entered the spookiest of months for the spookiest of times.
Indeedly diddly do. So, the spooky times have come, my friends. The witching hours are upon us all. The time for we actually just got our Halloween season's greetings from a friend of ours who's a cosplayer and who's also an artist.
Nice.
Them and their whole family over in Orlando sent us their season's greetings card. It's so cool.
Much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Yep, and it's sent to all and it's addressed to the Ravens Flock. I'll even show you guys when you show up here on Saturday night. Welcome one and all to the Black Files. I'm your host, Juan Arouse, one of the heads of the Ravens Flock, the tech guru of the team. I'm the dude who was told by K-Storm, oh, hey, by the way, I don't know which cables got unplugged over here, but I had to do a thing, and I hope you don't mind. And I'm like, hon, look at this face. Is this face bothered? I bothered.
What?
I bothered.
Are you
face bothered?
Bothered, dear.
Face bothered. No? Like, come on, I know where
Always bothered.
Local man refuses to have his jimmies rustled. Not today, he said.
It's simple and it's sweet, but I appreciate that K-Storm still to this day takes the time to let me know and to at least show some concern for whether or not she may have accidentally completely destroyed our entire setup by just pulling a few cables, which she hasn't and she can't, which I appreciate. And thankfully
at least she needs to try harder.
No, she doesn't. She's putting in just the right amount of effort. Thankfully, I'm not alone tonight. Here we are with our usual suspects, folks. First off, let's go ahead and say hello to the lovely ladies of the Ravens Flock, our cosplayer twins, Zayana Rose and Dragon Fan Cosplays. Give it up for the ladies.
Yay!
Yeah, it is not only spooky week, it is birthday month. Spooky week, spooky month. It is also birthday month. Yay! At the end of the month, of course. But yes.
Yay.
I have recovered from a 2-day migraine.
Yay!
That's a relief, because I remember how brutal it was while you were going through your cramps and all that jazz. So I can only imagine how intense the migraines are.
Guess what?
What?
For us, for Halloween, it's not trick or treat. It's give us your treats right now before we go batshit insane.
I am no longer asking. Give me your treats.
I am no longer asking. You're giving us your treats now.
No longer asking. You will give us your treats. The treats will.
Fair warning.
We will do the creepy twin smile and.
We'll be the twins from The Shining, staring at you.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God.
Forever
And
okay, Jack, Mr. Nicholson, the script was not supposed to say that, and the man is just pounding on the wall for no reason.
You're becoming a little glitchy.
Yeah, you're glitching a bit.
You know what?
You sound like a robot.
I totally understand that. I totally understand what you mean, and you're right. He is glitching, and he who is glitching is, of course, one of the other heads of the Ravens Flock here, a man with a million opinions and zero apologies, the living end of the Ravens Flock, the resident gamer supreme, and host of Los Amigos Play live every Saturday afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern. Give it up for Mr. Angel Mendez!
Hello, friends and pals, boys and gals around the world, as one likes to say. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. The month of October, yes, it has begun, and we have simply ended the pains of September. So let us endure for the 24 hours of cold we'll receive for the rest of the year, our allotted 24 hours of cold. As usual, it's a pleasure to be here, and I hope that you enjoy listening to us as much as we enjoy talking to you.
And let's, of course, not forget the main man himself, the founder of the Ravens Flock, executive producer and content manager of our channel, the host of Wrestle Rewind live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, and the host of our flagship show, the Ravens Flock, live every Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Give it up for Mr. Jose Casabona!
Thank you very much for that warm introduction. Happy to be here with all my friends joining us and all our viewers that are tuning in tonight. And yes, I am all for the spooky month. Give me all things spooky season. Hell, I'm going to be watching spooky movies throughout the entire month, whether they're silly spooky movies or really, really, really awesome thrillers.
Like The Scary Godmother?
Yes.
And American Psycho.
That's not a... Joe, what are you saying? That is not a scary movie.
No.
That is an inspirational movie.
Yeah, you should be inspired
Oh my gosh.
to be everything that Patrick Bateman isn't. Yeah, that's a real inspiration there.
Well, except for the part where you get to work 5 hours a day for hundreds of thousands of dollars doing jack shit in front of a desk. I would like that part, please.
Yeah, I think
and of course the Scream movies. Those are my favorite too.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a couple others, but it's a long list. But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about what our topic for the Black Files. But before we touch on that one, allow me to offer a few minutes to take care of a little housekeeping.
Please and thank you.
Much like all over the shows, folks, we are simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Click the bell icon to enable notifications. Leave your questions and comments below. We'll answer as many as we can. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, then you can become an inner flocker. For $4.99 a month, you'll have access to all the perks that comes with our membership. Juan, tell them.
Well, for all the inner flockers we've got in our chat, and I know we have plenty, go ahead and show off those lovely membership badges and custom emojis, letting everybody know that you are here to help rescue the Ravens Flock from the clutches of late-stage capitalism to become full-time streamers. Since 2013, we've been working hard and staying strong to make your voice our mission. The only thing standing in our way now is the fact that we have to work regular 9-to-5 jobs just to keep our lights on. But there is a way for us to be able to continue developing this channel and being able to bring the Ravens Flock to the highest heights that it possibly can be. And all it requires is what you guys have been doing all this time. Just continue supporting the Ravens Flock. Spread the word. Let people know what we do. Let people know about our channel. Tell them to subscribe to us. Tell them to become inner flockers also. The more people who are subscribed, the more inner flockers we get. The more inner flockers we get, the more folks we have who will be able to support us. And before you know it, we won't have to work a regular job a day in our lives ever again, because you guys will help us become fully independent. That's what this channel needs. That's what you guys deserve. But we do need your help on that. And any bit of contribution that you're able to provide is always appreciated. With your help, we can and will succeed. You also get access to members-first and members-only content, a special discount to our merch store, link in the description below. And you also get access to all of us, the Ravens Flock. Your favorite motley crew of nerds here to make your voice our mission by providing us your thoughts, your input, your feedback, and your ideas to better shape the future of this channel to suit your tastes and needs. Hey, up over here, the Joseph Santos, and who's over here is just saying what's up. And we've also got Legend of the Traveling TARDIS in the chat. I smell geek and cosplayer treats. There's your euphemism for the night. Giggity. And yeah, and they're saying that Angel, your voice is coming through a little computery,
Robotic-y?
almost like
A little choppy. Yeah, a little choppy.
Let me try something real quick.
Yeah.
By all means,
Darth
while you're
Mendes.
doing that,
Hold on, before we continue. Also, Legend of the Traveling TARDIS sent us a real quick. Well, I almost spoke too soon there. He sent two separate super chats over here to us: a $2 super chat and a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for that.
Double super chat power.
Yep. The $2 super chat says, all love and hopes to the people affected by Hurricane Helene. Yes, we appreciate that.
Oh, yes.
You're absolutely right. Everyone who's been affected by that storm, by that hurricane, who's an asshole, we appreciate you guys, and we hope that everyone is
Do I sound better now?
Just hold on. Can you speak one more time, Angel?
Alas, Horatio, I knew him well. He got hurricaned. His ass fell into a well.
Somehow
That's a really cool rhyme.
Somehow that almost sounded worse than earlier. I'm not sure why.
What the fuck is going on?
Are you on your?
I think
are you
you might-
on your
Angel-
old Turtle Beach headphones?
Yes, but I'm using my actual Blue Yeti microphone, so it should
That's
be working.
so weird.
Angel, I think we need to talk later. I think we might have to upgrade you to the same mic that Jesse and Dragon Fag and Ziada Rose are using.
Yeah.
That might be
and
the case.
And the second, the $5 super chat that TARDIS sent is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS has hit another milestone. Make sure to submarine to the Ravens flock. Also, Legend of the Traveling TARDIS has started the 31 days of Halloween. Yes, awesome.
You know something, folks?
Wait,
I don't know what
I
it
think
is.
I know what's going wrong. Give me a second.
What's going on?
All right, well, you take care. No, let him take care of it. But
How about now?
Perfect, Angel.
Sorry about that, Joe. I didn't mean to interrupt you. It turns out the problem was the Zoom meeting itself was looking at a different microphone. I apologize. Please continue.
Okay.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Hey, listen. These technical hiccups, they happen all the time. But you know what? That's not going to stop us because we can go and do this stuff regardless. Like we hosting 4 shows every week. Like regardless of whatever hiccups happen, we're always here every week to stream and have fun with all our friends and with all our viewers watching.
Like Genie Rick just showed up. Hey up, Genie Rick. Welcome to the Black Files. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Genie Rick. And the one thing that we are driven by is not only by the love and support of our folks watching, not only by the love and support of our peers, but also by a unique dose of energy.
Indeed we are, which is why we at the Ravens Flock are proud to continue being partnered up with Glitch Energy. Glitch Energy's specially formulated smart energy blend keeps you running strong all day long, just like the Ravens Flock, with 0 sugar, 0 carbs, 0 calories, 0 lag, and 0 crash. And not only does it keep you running nice and steady and strong, but you don't have to worry about your caffeine fix, because these guys keep you running, and they have their smart energy blend lets it stretch out for hours and hours on end without worrying about hitting rock bottom. And like Jose says, you never know when these guys drop new flavors. They've been dropping them roughly every single week. For instance, this past Saturday, our partners at Glitch had dropped a brand new a flavor called Drop Zone, inspired by Black Fox himself. So it's blueberry grape flavored, and this looks delicious. And maybe I'll get some. I don't know. I'll definitely have to let Black Fox himself know. Shout out to Black Fox. If you're not subscribed to him, you should be, because he's also an excellent FPS streamer himself. And if you head to glitchenergy.com and use our promo code FlockFuel, you get 20% off of your order. But that's not what's the most important part about Glitch Energy, is it, guys?
That's right. The most important about Glitch Energy aspect is, while we certainly will always admire its nutritional value, its supplemental abilities, its incredible health statuses. No, that doesn't mean jack. What matters is flavor. More than anything else, we want to give you a delicious energy drink that makes you feel good to put in your mouth. Because if we don't love it, we don't sell it to you. And as everybody in this group can attest, everybody here loves, nay, adores Glitch Energy. So why not just selling it to you because we like what it does to your body? That would just be crack cocaine. I'm selling it to you because I like the way it feels down going in your body. Just like crack cocaine.
I don't think crack cocaine does anything like that goes anywhere down anything. I think it
Trust
goes
me.
up, and in a very hard way that's not supposed to. That's why it's better to go ahead and drink Glitch Energy instead. So yeah, because not only will it not hurt you like the other stuff does, but it's legal, and it's tasty, and it's incredible.
It is?
Like, they have one from inspired by different streamers. They have flavors inspired by different games over here. Like I said, King Spare, that sour fruit punch they came up with. inspired by Elder Scrolls 2 Dragonfall, or
That's right.
or the Nerdies, which is a signature favorite flavor over here, the Ravens Flock, a favorite of our lovely ladies as well as Ayana and Dragonfang. They can't get enough of the Nerdies, and of course we also have
Yes.
the skill issue, which is the red, white, and blue popsicle flavored, inspired by the Ghosts of Tabor video game. So yeah, lots of variety, lots of different choices. So it's better to be able to have these different choices, and it's better for you guys to be able to be spoiled for choice rather than be stuck with, oh hey, do you want it to taste like chalk or do you want it to taste like turpentine? Because that's what every other energy drink does. They make you choose between chalk or turpentine. You deserve more than either of those two.
Don't forget their special carbonated piss.
Oh yeah, that's their signature. That's also one of the signature flavors of all the other brands of energy drink. Carbonated piss. You deserve better than that. You deserve excellent flavor. You deserve high quality products. You deserve Glitch Energy. So we thank you once again for partnering with the Ravens Flock over here at Glitch. Go to glitchenergy.com and use our promo code FlockFuel for 20% off your order today. Now,
hells yeah.
Now that we've gotten this taken care of over here, I do want to give one more shout out to Genie Rick because they're celebrating having been an inner flocker for 25 months!
Wow! Thank you so much!
Very long time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. Thank you kindly.
Over here in the actual message, they said, yes, 25 months. You guys are my place for super nerdy news. We appreciate that. We try to give you guys much more insight in terms of the type of angles in terms of news of the world of nerd and geek culture than you might be used to. Most of the times, we get folks who just come in for some of the big stories, or we've got our folks who come in as friends of the Popcorn Planet channel, which is always okay, and well, you know that's not for everybody, but we want to be able to open people's minds to these different ideas, to these different levels of thought, and these different stories that come up. You know, that's why we cover all sorts of different range. Jose's got his specialty in terms of pro wrestling news and general pop culture news. Angel's got specialties in video gaming. Zayana and Dragonfang, they bring in insight from the cosplay community. I bring in insight from like the darker side of this stuff when it comes to these flavors. Why? Because I still have the glitch page up. Why was I talking about flavors? That's why. And TARDIS is over here asking, can we get a Lily Sobieski flavor? What would that taste like?
Whoa, that's asking a little too much, my friend.
What would that taste like? Because, like, she was in Deep Impact, and...
It would no, I can tell you what it'll taste like. It'll taste like bees. Not the bees!
Oh, shit, it was the bees.
Oh, God, you're right, she was in the friggin',
The Wicker Man.
Oh,
it's in my eye! Sorry, but she will always be known for that one girl that got her ass kicked by Nicolas Cage.
Well, something had to work, so it had to be this.
Oh, God.
I mean, I can think...
I'm legitimately... I'm beyond...
I have another movie to add to my list, The Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage.
Okay, that's not really creepy or horror. That's more like, it's Nicolas Cage.
Dude, there is shit in that movie that's gonna make you turn your hair white.
My hair's already turning white. No, I've got white chest hairs that come out. I don't notice them until K-Storm points them out, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's so hot and it makes you look distinguished and everything." I'm like, honey, I can't even see it. It's right up here, and it's embarrassing to me because it's so weird. Also, okay, Angel somehow got booted from the chat, so I had to let him back in.
Sorry about that. My Zoom just crashed all of a sudden.
No, you're fine, man. But all right, fair enough. Let's go ahead and change.
I mentioned Nicolas Cage, and my computer just decided, nah, bro.
Damn, Nicolas Cage heard you, bro. But getting back to it, let's go ahead and switch subjects. Let's talk about less of something that'll make our hairs white and more about something that might make our brains hurt.
Oh no, this will still make your hair white. just not the way you think.
Oh no.
Boy.
Now, in case you guys haven't noticed over here, we're leaning a little bit more on like the spooky side of series tonight. I even have my lazy, scary costume on, ready to go, because that's how I roll. All right. And this is something that I'd been turned on to, thanks to another YouTuber, our favorite, Indian Canadian tech support super nerd Mudahar at the channel Some Ordinary Gamers. And this is something that I remember having learned a little bit about, like 5 minutes worth of info, like a year and a half ago. And it's like, okay, that's interesting. I'll file that and save it for later. But now seems like a really much more of an appropriate time to discuss this kind of shit, because I don't know if you guys noticed this, and Angel, I know that you probably have, but you don't want to concede to this, because to concede to this sort of statement would be to basically admit to an immutable cardinal truth.
And what would that be?
Well, I hate saying it, but my friends, we live in a society.
God damn it! Part of me never wanted to believe it, but part of me also knew it was always going to happen. Society.
See, I knew that's exactly how you're going to react. I'm super sorry to let you down like that, Angel. I know you didn't want to believe it. I know that in your heart you didn't want to believe this. You still wanted to believe that somehow we just live in a 21st century urban jungle with stereotypical, simplified Darwinian philosophy guiding you, even though we have to still deal with things like an evolved barter system and housing and shit. So,
alas, that these evil days would be mine, Juan.
So, of course, this society comes with a caveat of, okay, you wish to receive resources or gain information, you're going to need to use different resources that we have. The most ubiquitous of which is, of course, what we're all on right now, the internet, the World Wide Web, the information superhighway. We were promised in the 90s. Al Gore looked us right in the eye with his dead monotone eyeballs and said that the information superhighway would become a liberating force for information and for democratizing the world to a level that helps unify us as a global community in ways that we couldn't even imagine. And now here we are, fucking nearly 30 years later, and what have we got to show for it?
See, when you think about it, that's when we should have realized that was a lie. Because the corpos will never let us have that much freedom, man.
Oh, let me tell you about the goddamn corpos. No, I can't even fucking do it. I can't even fucking do it. I'm sorry. I can't do it off the top. Fuck.
I mean, it fits. If the shoe fits.
Fucking hell. Okay, obviously, I was about to, not obviously, I was gonna fucking, I was going to fucking, do the quote of Johnny Silverhand from Cyberpunk 2077, and that's the fucking, and I fucking pulled it up because I'm like, okay, I need to have it up and I need to have it ready, but I choked. All right, so sorry.
Close enough.
And Zayana and Dragonfang and Angel and Jose, I saw a corpse strip farmers of water and eventually of land. Saw them transform Night City into a machine fueled by people's crushed spirits, broken dreams, and emptied pockets. Corpse of long controlled our lives, taken lots, and now they're after our souls. I've declared war not because capitalism's a thorn in my side or out of nostalgia for an America gone by. This war is a people's war against a system that's spiraled out of control. It's a war against the fucking forces of entropy, understand? Do whatever it takes to stop them, defeat them, gut them. If I gotta kill, I'll kill. If I need your body, I'll fucking take it. Fucking you still don't see it. but you will one day. Okay. Yeah, I saw that's where you were fucking going, Angel, and that's why that's why I needed to fucking have it up, but I literally had a brain hiccup. Now,
Okay.
I'm not obviously I'm not some Luddite idiot who's like, oh, we need to return to the glory days of the steam engine style of society. Yeah, no, I like my air conditioning. Thank you very much. I like my penicillin. I like my vaccines. Those are cool. I actually, I like computers. I like them very much. Computers is where I love to live. It is fun. Okay,
It's definitely also how we can actually, communicate with people that are very far away.
Exactly. It has in one sense brought us together in a fantastic way. The fact that we hit such a strong and sharp incline over the last, say, 15 years of technological advancement is a fucking miracle. All right.
It is.
Now, of course, these miracles do come at different costs. There are sociological costs. There are obviously economic costs. Don't think too hard, by the way, if you're on an iPhone or on a Samsung, don't think too hard about the slave labor that grabbed the gold and the silicon for the super semiconductors inside our $900 black mirror meme phone thing that's our lives. Don't think too
Nonsense! More African children to the mines!
No!
The children yearn for the mines, Juan!
Then why don't we send the children over there? Why do we have to open American mines? Huh?
Because then we had to put insurance on them, and people don't yearn for insurance.
People don't yearn for insurance anyway, but they'll still buy it.
Exactly. That's all you need.
Now,
more African children to the mines!
Now, obviously, one big element that we're going to be discussing is the advancement of our online culture. And I'm talking about this, it's going to be in a bit of a weird general sense. So I hope that, when it comes to these kind of talks, with these kind of discussions that we have, we're going to try and translate a lot of the techno jargon and a lot of the babble of oh, this is so weird. And we want to try to translate that down to regular ass person. All right. And I'm not saying this to insult any of our audience. No. I just want everyone to be able to understand the frames of reference that we refer to. Because like I said, not a lot of folks do watch us over here on the Black Files. But when they do, we try to infotainment like hell. And one key component to that is making sure that shit is digestible. So if anybody's got questions in the chat about anything we'll discuss here, don't be shy. Okay. We're not allowed to bite people anymore. We took care of Angel's rabies. We took care of the geostigma that I had 19 hours ago. That's why I wasn't online. Okay?
So that explains all that blackened flesh literally slogging off your arm. Had me worried there for a second.
Yeah, it's also the reason why I had to make sure that I was in a hot bath earlier today. This weird blonde dude showed up. He had really spiky hair. He just touched my hot bath water I didn't even invite him. I didn't even know how he got in, but he just said,
Don't ask questions. I'm too scared to ask if he actually decides to answer.
You know what? You're right. It's ignorance is bliss in this case. So, folks, what we're going to be discussing is a bit of a conspiracy theory here. And one of the great things about conspiracy theories is that they have kernels of truth in them. However, folks love to entertain those kernels and blow them up to popcorn of the highest order of the most psychotic degrees possible. No, this isn't a Popcorn Planet pun. Although, now that I think about it, probably it should be. We're discussing something that's called the dead internet theory. Bum, bum, bum.
Oh boy.
Remember, the difference between a conspiracy and reality is 6 months.
Wait, what the fuck? Where did that come from?
A few months ago, I have heard the rumors of dead internet theory, and almost everybody dismissed them as pure heresy. And now here we are, months later, with undeniable, actual, by witness statements from everybody in this group confirming that this shit is a theory for a reason. There's a reason we don't call this shit dead internet hypothesis, okay?
Okay, then.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong about this. Now, so like what we're gonna do is, like I said, we're gonna walk everyone through this shit. So
Yes.
the simplest version, like after the bit of homework that I had been doing, refamiliarizing myself with the dead internet theory, is the simplest version of it is that the theory posits that the internet itself, as we know it, all the interactions on different websites, online servers, freaking social media sites, all of that is being slowly but surely overtaken by AI-controlled bots. And before you know it, the actual human interactions in there will soon cease to exist. Yeah, this is the part where you go ahead and you throw a rubber chicken at my face and call me fucking crazy.
See, another time in another place, I would call you crazy, but I can't.
Yeah, girls call me crazy, yeah.
Because this is no longer a conspiracy. I feel like we're doing it in real time. Further aspects of this theory indicate that just as the algorithms tend to basically feed into one another, they slowly herd people away from the exploration aspect of the internet to make sure that they remain only in specific small little puddles where they can live on their own, per se. It's essentially trying to compartmentalize and gentrify the internet. And the worst part is, like, this has been going on for way longer than we think. Do you not remember those horror posts of somebody going, hey man, I was talking on the phone and I mentioned the word condoms and suddenly my Facebook put a bunch of advertisements for like condoms on my feed?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I remember that. Now, you guys, now for anyone who knows a little more of the pop culture side of this stuff, a couple years ago, Shane Dawson, who's much more popular online than we could ever hope to be. God knows why, though. He went ahead and did a whole thing where he's been testing conspiracy theories. One of which is that, like, oh, is your iPhone listening to you? And where he's basically like going, oh my gosh on shit. Where he would have discussions with friends and with his boyfriend, or is that his husband now? I don't remember if they got married or not. It doesn't matter. His significant other. There we go. And about different products and making sure that they discuss that and seeing how your phone reacts to it, and you start seeing ads for that shit. Now, unfortunately, there is an element to that part which has a basis in truth. And it's bullshit, but unfortunately, it's also the bullshit that it's one of those that's part of the trade-off that we made, whether we consciously are aware of it or not, when it comes to using these smartphones and using the current iterations of the internet. Also,
it's bullshit, but I believe it.
Also, Lisa Boo's in the chat. Hey up, Lisa Boo. Welcome to the Black Files. Sorry I'm tardy. It's okay. It's all right for you to be tardy to the party. We're just getting the party started. So we should party hardy even if you're tardy. So, now, tell me if you guys have heard this particular speech before.
Okay.
To begin with, we're not what you'd call human.
Oh shit.
For the past 200 years, a sort of consciousness has formed layer by layer within the crucible of the White House. This is not unlike how life began in the primordial soup over 3 billion years ago. We are formless. We are the very discipline and morality that Americans invoke so often. How can anyone hope to eliminate us? As long as this nation exists, so will we. Don't you know that our plans have your interests, not ours, in mind? The mapping of the human genome was completed early this century. As a result, the evolutionary log of the human race lay open to us. We started with genetic engineering, and in the end, we succeeded in digitizing life itself. But there are things not covered by genetic information. Human memories, ideas, culture, history. Genes don't contain any record of human history. Is it something that should not be passed on? Should that information be left at the mercy of nature? We've always kept records of our lives, through words, pictures, symbols, from tablets to books. But not all the information was inherited by later generations. A small percentage of the whole was selected and processed, then passed on. Not unlike genes, really. But in the current digitized world, trivial information is accumulating every second, preserved in all its triteness, never fading, always accessible. Rumors about petty issues, misinterpretations, slander, all this junk data, preserved in an unfiltered state, growing at an alarming rate. It will only slow down social progress, reduce the rate of evolution. You seem to think that our plan is one of censorship. What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context. The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just look at the strange juxtapositions of morality around you. Billions spent on new weapons in order to humanely murder other humans. Rights of criminals are given more respect than the privacy of their victims. Although there are people suffering in poverty, huge donations are made to protect endangered species. Everyone grows up being told the same thing. Be nice to other people, but beat out the competition. You're special. Believe in yourself and you will succeed. But it's obvious from the start that only a few can succeed. You exercise your rights to freedom, and this is the result. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt. The untested truths spun by different interests to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems. Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large. The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right. Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth. And this is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper. We are trying to stop that from happening. It is our responsibility as rulers. Just as in genetics, unnecessary information and memory must be filtered out to stimulate the evolution of the species. Who else could wade through the sea of garbage you people produce, retrieve valuable truths, and even interpret their meaning for later generations? That is what it means to create context. And then we fight the president on top of a giant submarine in
Create context?
The flames of disaster!
Wancho, have you been playing Sons of Liberty again?
No.
You know, Kojima did warn us how stupid the future was gonna get. He also didn't warn me how goddamn lame it was going to be, because unlike in the actual speech that you so eloquently put, this is less of a matter of context, and it's basically the exact opposite of the final part of the speech. Because the untested truths are nowhere near as good as being truths. It's worse than that. It's untested commercials and ads. We are seeing the side effect of, we are going to sell you this thing. And if you don't want it, we're going to sell it to you even harder. And we're going to steal from people that make things to sell things. And then this thing is going to grow like a fucking digital cancer, and it's going to steal from itself. Do you remember that time when I found that post saying, hey man, ChatGPT is freaking out because the AI engines are stealing from other AI engines because there is so much shitty AI content?
Yes.
Bro, it's fucking bad. And the worst part is that there doesn't seem to be a way we can stop it. Like, look at it this way. Nobody wants AI art. Nobody likes the damn thing. It's only good for shit posting. What is the first thing that happens when I put a search on Google now?
AI.
Yeah.
Also,
I don't like it.
While
I wish I could remove it.
Also, while I was waxing poetic here with that speech that we all got blamed for destroying America back in 2009 in the Metal Gear Solid 2 game. So congratulations to us. We fucked up.
based.
Yeah, Shamanistic Unicorn Tam and Project Metal Music made their way into the chat. Welcome to the Black Files, guys. I hope we didn't scare you with that creepy speech. Now, here's what's up. The dead internet theory posits that as we continue with these, the proliferation of our usage of AI and the proliferation of using bots online, not just benign bots, or rather what you could simplify calling good bots, if you would, like search engine bots like Bing, Yahoo, Google, even Ask Jeeves or whatever, like the major search engines on here. They use bots as part of their algorithm in order to index and catalog websites in order for us to find and use, right? That's like the stuff like that, and like search engine optimization keywords that we use on our websites and we use on different content like we do here on YouTube. And of course, there's the more malicious, nefarious bots. For instance, those that people launch to throw different denial of service attacks on websites for in order to slow them down as a form of hacking, or as a form of protesting, or just as a form of fucking trolling. There's also malicious bots where you actually get our fucking information grabbed from different websites, or from how different not security agencies, but like collection agencies and stuff, having their information leaked or hacked, and
Constantly.
And that's how we get, oh, your data may have been breached. You got, like, we know this shit. Like, that shit is not just some asshole in front of a computer. It's the attempt of months of brute force effort from assholes behind a computer, using different permutations of their bots, of their bot programming, and launching them online, and hoping that some poor sap on the websites or on the servers that they're trying to compromise falls for these tricks. And sadly,
elderly people do tend to fall for that stuff, unfortunately, even now.
Now, here's, like, since we were bringing up how this stuff is part of a like a discussion, like you said, 6 months is all it takes for conspiracy and reality. Try 3 years here, Angel, because I've got an article from The Atlantic from back in August 31st, 2021. So I'm going to read parts of this article to you fine folks. Why is it showing me all of that? Give me a second. I don't need that part.
Suddenly, an AI article shows up of the article you were looking for 5 minutes ago.
No. I was trying to paste the link to it, which here it is, folks, for everyone at home, for you fine folks to enjoy on your own time, on your own dime. And the headline for this article reads, from The Atlantic, maybe you missed it, but the internet died 5 years ago.
Damn.
And this comes to us by Caitlin Tiffany. It's part of a larger story piece that The Atlantic put up called Shadowland, discussing conspiracy theories in American culture.
Shadowland.
I know. Very nice. Cool.
I dig it.
A conspiracy theory spreading online says the whole internet is now fake. It's ridiculous, but possibly not that ridiculous. Dun, dun, dun. Also, please don't stare too much at this GIF that these guys put up here, because that is scary. And that GIF is by Michael Hotz, or whatever. Here we go. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and read you guys this nice little story. If you search the phrase, I hate texting on Twitter, and scroll down, you'll start to notice a pattern. An account with the handle at Ivor, or Lover, I think. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be...
Liver? Like the organ?
No, not Liver. I guess it's supposed to be Pixie Eye UVR on there.
Okay.
And a glowing heart as a profile picture tweets, I hate texting, I just want to hold your hand. Receiving 16,000 likes. An account with the handle at F41RYGF and a pink orb as a profile picture tweets, I hate texting, just come live with me. receiving nearly 33,000 likes. An account with the handle "It's Pure Love" with a pink orb as a profile picture tweets, "I hate texting, I just want to kiss you," receiving more than 48,000 likes.
Something ain't right here.
There are slight changes to the verb choice and girlish username and color scheme, but the idea is the same each time. I'm a person with a crush in the age of smartphones, and isn't that relatable? Yes, sure it is. But some people on Twitter have wondered whether these are really, truly just people with crushes in the age of smartphones saying something relatable. They've pointed at them as possible evidence validating a wild idea called dead internet theory. Let me explain. Dead internet theory suggests that the internet has been almost entirely taken over by artificial intelligence. Like lots of other online conspiracy theories, the audience for this one is growing because of discussion led by a mix of true believers, sarcastic trolls, and idly curious lovers of chit-chat. One might, for example, point to @_Capricorn with a number 1 for I, a Twitter account with what looks like a blue orb and a pink spot in the middle as a profile picture. In the spring, the account tweeted, "I hate texting, come over and cuddle me." And then, "I hate texting, I just want to hug you." And then, "I hate texting, just come live with me." And then, "I hate texting, I just want to kiss you," which got 1,300 likes but didn't perform as well as It's Pure Love. But unlike lots of other online conspiracy theories, this one has a morsel of truth to it. Person or bot? Does it really matter? So the dead internet theory, it's terrifying, but I love it. I read about it on Agora Road's Macintosh Cafe, an online forum with a pixelated Margaritaville vibe and the self-awarded honor best kept secret on the internet. Right now, the background is a repeated image of palm trees, a hot pink sunset, and some kind of liquor pouring into a rock's glass. The site is largely for discussing lo-fi hip-hop, which I don't listen to, but it's also for discussing conspiracy theories, which I do. In January, I stumbled across a thread where they're titled "Dead Internet Theory. Most of the internet is fake," shared by a user named Illuminati Pirate. Over the next few months, this would become the or text for those interested in the theory. The post is very long, and some of it is too confusing to bother with. The author claims to have pieced together the theory from ideas shared by anonymous users of 4chan's paranormal section, and another forum called WizardChan, an online community premised on earning wisdom and magic through celibacy. Wait, seriously?
What?
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Hang on, we just went in a completely different direction 5 seconds ago. What the
What? Huh?
Okay.
Is this like that joke that you become a wizard after the age of 30, but like taken way off of traffic? Because it feels like it.
It feels like the ancient Egyptian belief of once you reach the age of 40, if you're pharaoh and you reach the age of 40 or 50, you're no longer just a pharaoh. You've essentially ascended to living godhood. And
to be fair, though, if you make it to 40 at that time in Egypt, that was basically a godlike achievement.
Yeah, and then your firstborn heir becomes the new pharaoh pro temp, I guess.
Yeah, and then that one asshole priest shows up and challenges you to a card game.
Yeah, no, that's just your nephew.
Apparently, he's supposed to do that. Like his dad told him he's supposed to do that to keep you sharp. Whatever the hell that means.
Whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. Good grief. Also, Planet Q's Queen made their way, and so did
Hello.
Cruz. How you doing, guys? I hope you're all safe and holding up all right. When AI speaks Swahili unprovoked, I'll be impressed, says the Joseph Santos. Hey, never say never. These guys will
never say never.
Thing. Okay, yeah, no, that's gotta be a troll shit from the buddies over at WizardChan. And they even have in parentheses after that celibacy line, because I'm sorry, I lost the chance to become a wizard ages ago, so I don't think that's happening anytime soon. And they say in an email, Illuminati Pirate, who's an operations supervisor for a logistics company in California, told me that he, quote, truly believes in the theory. I agreed not to identify him by name because he says he fears harassment. Fair. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Peppered with casually offensive language. The post suggests that...
Excuse you, that is competitively offensive language. Thank you very much.
fucker. Like, okay, how does one rate competitively offensive language, Angel?
Okay, so there is actually a fairly simple mathematical formula based on time and frequency. It's like calculating physics, and you calculate the amount of minutes, 60-second intervals, before somebody either drops the N-word or the R-bomb or the F1. And then you calculate that by the amount of times it gets done and how well written the argument and the insult is.
Okay.
There's going to be a quiz on this shit later, so you better memorize it.
Okay, everyone, remember that formula that I totally didn't write down. So,
exactly.
The post suggests that the internet died in 2016 or early 2017, and that now it's, quote, empty and devoid of people, as well as, quote, entirely sterile. Much of the supposedly human-produced content you see online was actually created using AI, Illuminati pirate claims, and was propagated by bots, possibly aided by a group of influencers on the payroll of various corporations that are in cahoots with the government. The conspiring group's intention is, of course, to control our thoughts and get us to purchase stuff. Now, this isn't the first time that this actually came up, but
that is true.
Meds real quick, because I'm while I'm in the middle of taking actual medicine, which includes an antidepressant, by the way.
Now, while you're taking your medication, I would like to expand a little bit on this hypothesis turn theory. I do believe that the result of this is unfortunately both infinitely stupider and far more unintended than expected. At the end of the day, we all know that the only thing the corpos give a shit about is getting your money. All of this effort is ultimately for the sake of advertisement. The problem is that, how do I put this? You know that big island of garbage that is just floating in the ocean? You know the one where all those currents converge?
Yeah, in the Pacific, right?
It's like that, but for advertisement. Advertisement on the internet is basically digital plastic. It never goes away. It never expires. It never gets removed. So eventually it has to go somewhere else. The AI engines and the chat algorithms that they use to promote this crap never goes away. It just stays there. The promotion has ended. The business may have closed down, but it will never go away. And eventually it has to go somewhere else. It just floats on the sea of data untouched until it gets grabbed by another chat algorithm or another advertisement algorithm. The best way I can describe it is, imagine if you're using a net to grab another boat's net, and then you're using that mess to grab another net, and eventually there's just more net than fish.
Which is how we end up with things like, for example, like the Great Pacific Garbage Patch that you mentioned here.
Exactly.
Apparently this fucking thing is between Hawaii and California and is twice the size of Texas.
We really should do something about that thing. Just put it somewhere.
We're trying. At least
you know what, Musk? Instead of all this space shit, make a rocket to send that garbage to the sun, and you'll get some brownie points with me.
For
yeah,
real.
because exactly. We can't stuff it in the basement because there's not enough room in the basement.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, it's like plastic. It takes forever to go away. Sometimes it never goes away. Hundreds of years to decay, and it remains poisoning everything around it. And the number just keeps going higher and higher. It's digital garbage, and we have nothing to do because we can't really delete it. It's just sort of there. Now, you know what I mean?
One thing that I will recommend to everyone, I will always speak highly of this because fuck yeah, Sea King.
Fuck yeah, Sea King!
Okay. If you want to actually get into the nitty-gritty of how we got here, look no further than, this is like one of the best sets of documentaries that I've seen that actually helps explain how we fucking ended up with this shit. It's the PBS Frontline documentary series. It's a two-parter documentary set that they called United States of Secrets. Part 1 deals with the issues around the violation of our privacy that was exposed by Edward Snowden. I believe that was back.
Good job, Mr. Snowden.
Yes, if I was president, I would happily grant him an unconditional pardon and welcome him back home. He fucking deserves it. He did nothing fucking wrong. Edward Snowden did nothing wrong.
He stood for our freedom where nobody else would. Why would I trust the feds?
And the second part is actually much closer to the relation of this story, which actually deals with one of the projects that is in the big info dump that Snowden dropped out, which is called Project Prism, which is basically how websites have especially large corporate vendors like Amazon, basically scrape our data and store it as part of cookies information in order to shape our algorithmic lives. Basically, in order to shape what we are sold and what we look at and what we buy. So I will, for y'all's convenience and for y'all's edutainment here, yes, I will call it edutainment.
I mean, it is.
PBS Frontline United States of Secrets Part 1. And, okay, so I'm doing that, and I'm going to give you guys the links to those so you can watch them on your own time. I want you guys to be able to watch them. I want you all to be able to have access to this information. Actually, no, wait. Hold on. No, that is the right one. Okay. Here we go. And here's for part 2. Give me a second. Part 2.
Thank you.
There we go. So I want everyone who goes ahead and sees these to check them out on your own time. The first part is 2 hours long, roughly. It deals more with like the political backstage stuff happening with signing these authorizations for the NSA to be able to do internal spying on the American people. And the second part deals with our bots information and how the websites basically have an agreement that they're basically being allowed to piggyback off of the same mechanics that the government's using in order to sell shit to us. So again, folks, we're not trying to scare anyone. We're not trying to get everybody all paranoia. Everybody's coming to get me. We want you guys to be informed. We want you guys to actually know the background of where all this crazy shit comes from, because you deserve
Because
it.
knowledge is power.
Ciencia es potencia. So I'm going to continue on here with this article so that everyone can follow along. Jose, Zayana, Dragonfang, you guys got any questions thus far?
No questions.
No, so far no, but please keep going.
It's insane.
It is insane, and it's so creepy and weird, but at the same time, it's one of those like, how did we let this happen? It's easy. We wanted to get like, hey, no, new phone. You want a new phone? You want a new phone? Look, we got 4G, we got 3G network, we got largest data network. You see these awesome speeds, these incredible prices that we have for internet speeds? There's a catch.
It's pretty much exactly like that. It's a little disturbing how quickly people are willing to throw away their safety. Like, for the sake of not making fun of the boomers, but turns out that all those people telling you to not put much of your information on the internet, yeah, they were right. They were always right. Because the second they got that information on you, they used it for a more insidious purpose than stealing your identity. Taking away your ability to find new shit. You know how they used to say that the internet was like the Wild West? It was untamed. You could find all sorts of shit there, right?
Indeed. That's how we... Yes.
Well, the internet eventually became the Wild West on later years. The Industrial Revolution came. There was stability. There was less to discover. There was simply less in general. But eventually the Wild West went away and it was replaced with a caricature of itself. One could argue the majority of representations of the Wild West on popular media right now don't even resemble anything of what the original Wild West was. We're essentially seeing that decay in real time. Everything has been centralized. There's no need for you to go anywhere else. Stay here. Don't explore. Don't find other stores. Why would you go find another shopping when we have a Walmart right 3 steps away from you?
Why would
That's what it feels like.
Why go looking on a specialty website? We've got Amazon.
Yeah, from A to Z, baby, all the good shit you want.
You got that Prime delivery. It's so fast. So
yeah.
What does it matter if the folks at the fulfillment warehouse have to piss in bottles and run around without being able to take bathroom breaks? You're getting
just like with communication as well. Why would you use any website that is not Twitter or X or Twitch or whatever the fuck we're calling it right now?
I'm never calling it X.
Always Twitter.
It's fucking Twitter. So
exactly. But like I said, it's all about how easy it is to use everything else. There is a reason that at the end of the day, what the companies want is monopoly. They always want monopoly. And every aspect of everything you're seeing for all of this is for the purpose of doing everything close to monopoly without calling it such. There is a reason that to this day, YouTube is still the most popular video sharing platform into this day. And I assure you, TikTok ain't beating that one anytime soon for the record that they have a monopoly on length. Yeah, there are other video sites that host videos, but when I say video site on the internet, what's the first thing you think?
YouTube.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys,
remember,
does anyone else
everybody
Daily Motion?
Exactly, I do.
I do.
Holy
but
crap! I
it
forgot
never
about it
took
until you
off.
mentioned it.
Yeah. Let me put it this way: everybody hates Disney. Everybody wants to be Disney.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because that kind of power, that kind of monopoly, that is basically the infinite money glitch. The real one this time, I mean it though.
Actual one.
Yeah. Basically, make something that turns your brand into a cult, becomes so popular as to be the household name, and that's it. You win at life. You win at everything forever.
I mean,
You will never
everyone's
stop
heard of
winning.
Disney.
Exactly. It's
People fucking hate Disney for what it's become right now. People are still going.
Yeah.
They still go to Disneyland. They still go to Disney World. We still
Disney
have
World!
Disney Plus. Shit. Let's get back in the
Oh.
article over here so we can get back into this paranoia spool. As evidence, Illuminati Pirate offers, quote, I've seen the same threads, the same pics, and the same replies reposted over and over across the years. He argues that all modern entertainment is generated and recommended by an algorithm. Gestures at the existence of deepfakes, which suggests that anything at all may be an illusion, and links to a New York story from 2018 titled How Much the Internet is Fake. Turns out, a lot of it, actually. Quote, I think it's entirely obvious what I'm subtly suggesting here, given this setup, the post continues. The U.S. government is engaging in an artificial intelligence-powered gaslighting of the entire world population. So far, the original post has been viewed more than 73,000 times. Remember, this was in 2021, guys. August 2021. So this was 3 years ago. So imagine how much worse it may have gotten since then. God.
I mean, we know how worse it's gotten. Don't you find it a little funny how they tried to ban TikTok the second it began to show some unconventional truths?
So inconvenient truths, like the massacres happening in Palestine thanks to the Israeli quote-unquote defense forces. Yeah, they need
It's all about control, baby. The only thing they want is control. And what better way to do it than by controlling what you see on the internet? The most used platform in the entire world.
That's actually not wrong. Continuing here. Obviously, the internet is not a government psyop, even though the Department of Defense had a role in its invention. Don't forget, folks, it all came from DARPANET, which came from...
Ironic.
All that came from ARPANET, which came from SIGINT, which came from the Fox unit, which came from us. So technically, we're kind of responsible for the internet.
We made the Fox die!
Congratulations!
I feel dirty now. Damn it, Juan. Why you gotta do that? Why you gotta
Congratulations.
incriminate all
Listen,
of us?
I didn't. Nobody here did nothing wrong, and the FBI agent that is monitoring my feed right now for all those animes I watch can confirm it.
Congratulations!
I know you're watching, Jeffrey. You fuck.
Jeffrey's in
Jeez,
hell where
Lord.
he belongs.
No, he's not. He's working for the CIA, and that's arguably worse.
That's like Angel vandalizing a corporate building, and we're all guilty by association.
I mean, listen, just hey. Excuse me, Mr. Casabona. I will have you know that just because I literally pulled out my dick and I pissed all over the building and I explicitly wrote in cursive, Jose Casabona was here, that doesn't mean I'm implicating you of anything, okay? And just because I went to that used car dealership and I bought an exact copy of Juan's van and I put a disguise that looked exactly like Juan and a wig to imitate his hair and I put on a pair of glasses just like his, that doesn't mean that I was trying to duplicate him when I ran that thing into the bank and killed 35 innocent people.
Well, at least the Honor Rosa
none
Dragon
of this
Bangers.
is true.
No, I did all that shit in Minecraft, though.
Yeah, and on your Christian Minecraft server. Sure you
You
did.
know, in Minecraft.
Okay, Dragon Fang, I'm gonna have to look at what you sent here after the show because now I'm hungry for it. I hope you're proud of yourself.
You're welcome.
I'll continue here, folks. Thank you, Dragon Fang.
She's feeding the algorithm with delicious food recipes. The Fiend!
Actually,
I'm sorry, I'm hungry.
I know.
So am I don't blame you.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll make a s'mores dip or something when for Saturday. I don't know. Somehow. Let's see here. But if it were, the most compelling evidence to me is the Dead Internet Theory's observation that the same news items about unusual moon-related events seem to repeat year after year. I swear I've been saying this for years. What is a super flower blood moon? What's a pink supermoon? A quick search of headlines from just this month brings up, quote, "There's something special about this weekend's moon. Don't worry. No, don't miss. Rare seasonal blue moon rises tonight. And why this weekend's blue moon is extra rare. I just don't understand why everyone's so invested in making me look at the moon all the time. Leave me alone about the moon. Shit, even this writer, what's her name? Hold on, yeah, Caitlin Tiffany back in 2021. Even she got fucking frustrated at herself with talking about this stuff.
Get the shit off me, she said.
Dead Internet Theory is a niche idea because it's patently ridiculous, but it has been spreading. Caroline Busta, the Berlin-based founder of the media platform New Models, recently referenced it in her contribution to an online group show organized by the KW Institute for Contemporary Art. Quote, "Of course, a lot of that post is paranoid fantasy," she told me, "but the overarching idea seems right to her. The theory has become fodder for dramatic YouTube explainer..."
What?
What happened?
Okay, listen, I'm not gonna say that was supposed to happen, but I think it was.
Did Caitlin Tiffany just call us out from 3 years in the past?
Damn.
No, seriously. It came fodder for dramatic YouTube explainers, including one that summarizes the original post in Spanish has been viewed nearly 260,000 times. Speculation about the theory's validity has started appearing in the widely read Hacker News forum and among fans of the massively popular YouTube channel Linus Tech Tips. In a Reddit forum about the paranormal, the theory is discussed as a possible explanation why threads about UFOs seems to be, quote, hijacked by bots so often.
Fascinating.
I wonder if Caitlin Tiffany's on Twitter. I think we need to go. I think we need to tweet at her and send her an apology. We're not trying to fucking.
That's just an amazing coincidence.
There are no coincidences, Poe.
Okay, so yeah, she is on.
Life has many doors, Ed boy.
Okay, so yeah, though this lady is on Twitter. I think you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and tag her for a thing here. Since she's one of our main sources. I think
Lebanese said that we don't give credit where credit is due.
Yeah. No kidding. No shit. I'm live tweeting over here right now. May have...
Man, these edibles ain't shit. Oh!
Out. Just now from 3 years in the past. Eep. I'm sorry? Please don't kill us? Or
his life is a circle. Time is a circle.
Time is a
very
circle.
stupid circle.
No time. Time is wibbly wobbly timey wummy.
Time dangles on a string like Spider-Man movies that are getting worse. The first ones were better. Something Nickelback.
That wasn't Nickelback. That was Dashboard Confessional.
Angel, I choose to believe it was Nickel Confessions.
How many times do I gotta explain it? Nickelback themselves never made the music for the first Spider-Man movies. It was just Chad Kroger and just Josie Scott from Saliva, and they got different bandmates to do the background stuff with them. Okay?
Angel, if I were the lead singer of Nickelback, I would turn into an angry Canadian. Yeah, I would turn into an angry Canadian moose, and I would punch you.
That would be pretty awesome because apparently it would confirm the theory that yes, they do have mysterious powers.
Is that? I guess that also explains why Avril Lavigne looks like she hasn't aged, even though she's clearly in her early to mid 40s.
Yeah, it's like it's like that episode of Space Dandy where they eat so much yogurt that they become zombies, and Dandy goes, "We have not decayed; we are fermenting."
You're sure that's not an episode of Regular Show?
I'm pretty sure that was also an episode of Regular Show. Actually, Regular Show and Space Dandy have a surprising amount of intersectionality.
That's so weird.
Right down to the end where the main character has to literally punch his opposite self to save the universe. And he gives him wait a second, hang on, this is actually making sense. Let me stop now.
Okay, yeah, no, we're making too much sense. We gotta go back to the conspiracy theory so we can make sense of that instead.
Gotta go back.
The theory spread hasn't been entirely organic. Illuminati Pirate has posted a link to his manifesto in several Reddit forums that discuss conspiracy theories, including the Joe Rogan subreddit, which has 709,000 subscribers. In the r/Joe Rogan comments, users argue sarcastically or sincerely about who among them is a bot. Quote, I'm absolutely the type of loser who would get swindled into living among bots and never realize it. A member of the 4chan adjacent Something Awful forum commented when the theory was shared there in February. So, it seems like something a bot would post, someone replied. Even the playful arguments about how everything is the same are the same. Fuck.
Yeah, repetition has become a bit of a problem lately. And I'm not just talking about bots on Twitter or whatever. Remember when I told you the algorithm was feeding into itself?
Yeah, with AI-generated imagery feeding into new AI-generated images, making them look progressively worse and dumber.
Yeah, don't quote me on this. There was at least one case that, sadly, this was not saved. It was on Discord. Somebody made a chat GPT and tried to basically have the thing have a fight with another chat GPT, and they started just talking about random shit, and after a while the conversation just kept going, so the guy basically left the computer, and guess what happened?
What
happened?
They just kept going for 48 hours, and after a while the conversations just began to repeat themselves over and over and over and over.
Wow.
The machine ultimately can only do so much. It can only go so far. We can only program so many responses, and eventually it began to come up with its own responses, but even those in due time fell like prey to excessive repetition, just as before, because the machine can only imitate. It cannot create jack.
It can't generate.
Yeah, turns out that Will Smith was right. A machine cannot create a beautiful painting. It cannot craft a beautiful piece of music.
Fuck.
They can only imitate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and after a while, the algorithm has limits. There's only so much it can know. And the best part is the guy made the machines talk about, I forgot, what was it again they were talking about? They were talking about a completely different topic, and then eventually they switched topics about random stuff, and they began to just draw and throw Google articles at each other because they had nothing to say.
Dear God, that's fucking miserable.
Wait, so they pretty much became meme sharers.
They became shit posters.
Meme sharers.
They shit posted onto themselves, and like I said, ultimately all they are doing is following the programming. It's like you Yevon at the end of Final Fantasy X. Shit, the machine's broken. Shit's broken, Captain, and it just stays there, and it keeps using the formula and recycling itself. And the best way I can describe it is, imagine a junkyard where every machine still works, every engine is still running, but it's not going anywhere. Just rows and rows of broken Cybertrucks with no wheels, but the machine is still running.
So a regular lot of Cybertrucks.
Okay, listen, we don't want to get too mad on this bitch.
We don't have to. That shit's really how it works because Cybertrucks are cheap shits.
I can't believe we reached the point where Mark fucking Zuckerberg became slightly more moral than, what's his name, Elon Musk. And he actually looks more human now. People are making jokes that he downloaded the human update.
Yeah, he got the emotion chip just like Data in Star Trek, and now he's able to able to be much more humane, and that affects his outward appearance.
What is this feeling? My throat is curling. My lips are chapping. That's because you don't like the drink, sir. Oh, I see. This is terrible. Give me another, please.
Hey, Wancho. Does that make Elon Musk the Temu Wish.com version of lore?
Yes. I mean, is anybody gonna deny it? I ain't going to deny it.
Yeah, no. Except if lore swallowed a walrus whole.
The walrus is actually a metaphor for the upper class. Alice in Wonderland was a fantastic film and book.
That's why I said he's a Wish.com version, Juan.
hence the swallowing of the walrus. Also, yes, you're right, Angel. But also, Lewis Carroll was a creep. All right. But yeah, like fucking, we're almost done with the article, by the way, here. That particular conversation continued down the bleakest path imaginable to the point of this comment. Quote, if I was real, I'm pretty sure I'd be out there living each day to the fullest and experiencing everything I possibly could with every given moment of the relatively infinitesimal amount of time I'll exist for instead of posting on the internet about nonsense. Anyway, dead internet theory is pretty far out there, but unlike the internet's many other conspiracy theories, who are boring or really gullible or motivated by odd politics, the dead internet people kind of have a point. In the New York story that Illuminati Pirate evokes, the writer Max Reed plays with paranoia. Quote, everything that once seemed definitively and unquestionably real now seems slightly fake, he writes. But he makes a solid argument. He notes that a majority of web traffic probably comes from bots, and that YouTube, for a time, had such a high bot traffic that some employees feared the inversion, the point when its systems would start to see bots as authentic and humans as inauthentic. You know
when shit's gone bad when they give it a name? Gentlemen, we have an event. It's called the inversion.
Shit. He also points out how that even engagement metrics on sites as big and powerful as Facebook have been grossly inflated or easily gamed, and that human presence can be mimicked with click farms or cheap bots. Don't believe us? Remember the Cambridge Analytica scandal with how they fucked around with Facebook during the 2016 election? A lot of that shit with the pro Russia / pro Donald Trump propaganda during that time was bot generated. So let's not forget there are fucking kernels of truth of that shit.
Oh yeah, no, dude. The fucking government offices using this shit to promote their political candidates. Oh, you pick your ass, they're going to do it. There is no rules against gaslighting you. They're gonna do it for every single one of them from now on.
They'll do it with a smile on their fucking face.
No, the smile is also like made by AI.
Zero remorse.
Sorry, the smile is also AI. That's why the candidate suddenly has 7 extra rows of teeth.
Don't do that.
Remember that one they did with Will Smith eating spaghetti and he looked like he was fucking doing osmosis on the pizza?
Yes, I remember that. That's and look how far AI generated video has come now. It's kind of freaky.
It is actually kind of disturbing how much better it's getting, while simultaneously also getting worse.
Well, also at the same time, we've got you also had that one AI generated video where they took Mutahar from Some Ordinary Gamers. They took a clip of his from a video. They tried to AI generate what would happen next. It looked like he was just sitting on his at his desk, and he jumps up, laughs, and folds himself into a ball. He AI generated, folded himself into a ball.
Yeah, I love that when the AI tries to like render something and it refuses to understand how human bodies work, and everybody briefly turns into fucking like meat color flubber. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life, but I can't stop watching it. It's fascinating how horrible it is. I remember this one that has a bunch of dudes like doing like a what's it called, like a weldering thing. Like they were doing like working welding equipment, and you see the dude's feet fuse with the sparks, and he slowly becomes a human peacock abomination, and then he slowly becomes a walking flame, and then he goes right back to a dude, and I'm like, damn, the alchemic labs are going crazy today.
Yeah, no, that is creepy. Like the whole thing of AI generated images and video, that shit that we're only just now getting in the last couple years, that shit is the perfect microcosm, like a perfect visual example of what could potentially be fueling this dead internet theory. We're almost done here. Let me take a look. Some of this may be improving now, for better or for worse. Social media companies have gotten a lot better at preventing the purchase of fake views and fake likes, while some bot farmers have, in response, become all the more sophisticated. Major platforms still play whack-a-mole with inauthentic activity, so the average internet user has no way of knowing how much of what they see is real. But more than that, the theory feels true. Most weeks, Twitter is taken over by an argument about how best to practice personal hygiene, or which cities have the worst food and air quality, which somehow devolves into allegations of classism and accusations of murder, which for whatever reason is actually not as offensive as classism anymore. A celebrity is sorry. A music video has broken the internet, a meme has gotten popular and then boring, Bennifer might be back on, and no one's more excited than Twitter. That's fucking hilarious considering that Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez re-separated again, re-divorced.
I know.
Fucking ridiculous. At this point, you can even say that the point of the theory is so obvious it's cliche. People talk about longing for the days of weird web design and personal sites and listservs all the time. Even Facebook employees say they miss the old internet. The big platforms do encourage their users to make the same conversations and arcs of feeling and cycles of outrage happen over and over, so much so that people may find themselves acting like bots, responding on impulse in predictable ways to things that were created, all likely in all likelihood to elicit that very response.
Oh no, they're already doing that. Have you seen what social media looks like right now? The constant search for clouts and likes and retweets. People are paying for blue check marks and paying for bots to make their articles jump into the hundreds of thousands of views and tens of thousands of likes until you go, wait a minute, this take is fucking dog shit. How do so many people agree? And then you go, let me see. This account was made a month ago and it has 25 followers. Yep. Those likes are very organic, thanks to me. It seems to me.
Thanks, Musk, for showing us that the blue check mark, you too can be fucking prioritized. Oh my! You
too can chill yourself.
At the end here, thankfully, if all of this starts to bother you, you don't have to rely on a wacky conspiracy theory for mental comfort. You can just look for evidence of life. The best proof I have that the internet isn't dead is that I wandered onto some weird website and found an absurd rant about how the internet is so dead. So, that's not bad over here with how Caitlin Tiffany caps that off here. She's a staff writer for The Atlantic and author of Everything I Need I Get From You, How Fangirls Created the Internet as We Know It. So, yay, check that out sometime. All right, so to Caitlin Tiffany, thank you for that Atlantic article, because goddamn, that was eye-opening, and that came to us from 3 years ago. That's how shit happened. That's how shit's happening from this point. Now, there are newer conversations about the dead internet theory that just came up last month or only a couple months back. For instance, here we've got another bit of this coming to us from an entertainment online magazine called Folio Weekly. And this one reads from Folio Weekly, will AI bots replace humans on the internet? A dive into the internet, into the dead internet theory. This one's by Emily Chain. And I'm guessing that's an AI generated image here of just a bored girl. Yeah, no, that's AI generated as fuck.
You always notice how they have this disturbingly clean look to them. You know, like their skins are made of very soft plastic. They always have the same. That is the one thing that always helps you determine what something is AI or not. No matter how good it is, or if they're putting extra effort into it, it always looks like it came out of an assembly line. Ironic.
See, check that shit, guys.
This person looks like they're about to go to sleep after watching a boring video on politics.
That's actually exactly what it looks like. But take a look around and look closer. For instance, look at the
hair. The hair
looks weird.
So
look at the hands very carefully.
Oh no, she's got her hands crossed. You can't use
that. I wonder why.
Yeah,
but if you look in the actual the stickers on the
looks
laptop,
blurred.
Yeah.
Look behind the hair.
It's blurry.
No, down. See where that little white box is. But then when you look, now look a little to the right. You can't really see the edge of it behind there. No, it looks blurry. It looks blurry.
Fucking Christ, Lloyd.
Right. Also, the stickers
life
on
is
the
a blur to me.
Also, the stickers on the laptop. You see, it's one that's supposed to be Quicksilver, like the skateboard company.
Okay.
It's not quite correct.
There's Quicksilver. Quick disc?
Quick dicks.
What?
Like
quick dick. We call that speed sex.
You see that. You see a sticker of David Bowie as Ziggy Stardust. You see something that you think might be Alice in Chains up there.
Hang on, I gotta look at this more closely.
That looks weird.
Give me 1 second. Let me take a look at this real quick. I had to switch my screen because my copy of Monster Hunter is lagging like fucking crazy right now. Give me a sec.
Sorry to hear that.
Must be on the 25 fucking tabs I have open. Give me a second.
Also,
okay.
In the chat, we've got some other folks in here. Repo Man says in the chat, hey up, Repo Man says, welcome to the Black Files, saying it's the truth. End thread. Ha. Maybe. Maybe not.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm trying to imitate her pose on my desk to see what's going on here. That's the right arm. Okay. They're doing a lot of work to hide all the stuff that would show you that this is an AI. Though the melting clock is kind of a giveaway, I suppose.
Very clever.
That one looks like.
I'm more worried about the fact that her skin tone just becomes dead gray right between her eyeballs, and the fact that her right eye is basically a pencil sketch.
Yeah.
Look at her right eyeball. Yeah. Look at it.
Yeah,
so, do you guys remember way back when we were in high school, in which we first were able to kind of, we had like the free Photoshop? And
yes.
We were able to
the good days, you mean?
Paste items together.
The good days, you mean?
Obvious. That's what the clock looks like. It looks like you really copy paste it. See?
Now, to its credit, it does look better than the previous iterations, which means that it's only 50% dog shit, as opposed to 90% dog shit.
Also, but it was glaringly obvious to me. I'm like, that doesn't look right.
Also, Gladys 9000 on the chat. Hey up, Gladys 9000. Welcome to the Black Files. Folks, if you guys are new here, by the way, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good jazz. Let people know about us. Let them know about our channel. And Gladys 9000 was saying maybe the plastic-looking AR is a red herring. Maybe. Because we didn't even start with the article over here. Words by Emily Shane or Cheyenne. Would you pronounce that Shane or Cheyenne?
I thought it was Cheyenne, because Shane is just like Alice in Chains, and Nutshell is incredibly depressing.
Yeah, heaven inside you, hell within. Let's see here. Artificial intelligence has been a growing topic of discussion with the power it has to produce new content at a very fast rate. It seems to be pretty harmless on the surface. We've heard Drake singing Ice Spice songs and seen photos of shrimp cheeses. And now social media is rife with photos of events that never happened. But at what point does it become a serious cause for concern? This is where the dead internet theory comes in. According to an article published by Jay Cranzella of UNSW Sydney, that's it says, quote, the dead internet theory essentially claims that the activity and content on the internet, including social media accounts, are predominantly being created and automated by artificial intelligence agents. The goal of this is for agents to boost engagement, likes, and comments on platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. The artificial engagement seems to have no end and will essentially filter out human-generated content altogether, said Renzella. Like I said, this is a newer article. This came out August 26th of this year. Over here. So, we traveled forward in time here, guys. So, hang on a minute. Let me just take a look over here. If you've been
take your time.
The main concern of these artificial agents is misinformation. Quote, accounts with high numbers of followers were legitimizing misinformation and disinformation, leading real users to believe, engage, and reshare bot-posted content, Renzella wrote. Let's see here. So, if you've been on Facebook lately, you'd probably seen the endless amounts of AI-generated photos that are just weird. They will either have many typos or the photos are obviously fake. Under these photos are generic comments made by generic-looking profiles. These are the AI bots interacting with AI-generated content. While looking at the comments, though, you could also see some real people, typically those of the older generations, being fooled by the fake content. While this has become a joke on social media, it proves that the misinformation is dangerous for those who do not understand it. Again, actually, hang on. Oh, goddamn, now I've got to actually look for the Quicksilver logo. Fuck.
Take your time. But yeah, that is unfortunately another case that people keep forgetting. Not everybody is savvy about this kind of thing. And the worst part is that people just kind of I guess the best way I can put this is, remember that time where the gas prices went too fucking high and we had literally no choice but to deal with it because we need gas?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's like that for the internet, but slightly less needed than gas. Like, people are like, yeah, I fucking hate AI, but I gotta keep using this search engine because otherwise I'm gonna have to install a different search engine, and that is work. And here's a little secret for you. The sheer amount of convenience that the internet has created is a double-edged sword, because it makes it easier to get what you want, but it also conditions you to never want to do anything else that would be even slightly more difficult than that. There is a reason why the words recommended settings are carved into your fucking soul.
No, you're actually absolutely right on that front.
I wish I wasn't. Please let me stop being right. I beg of you.
Upon further
I implore.
inspection, I think that might not be an AI generated image. Let me show you.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, that just makes it worse then.
I double checked over here. The Quicksilver logo is legit. Case in point. Here's the one on the girl's laptop. You see it, right? The on the lower left side of the computer there, of the laptop. Quicksilver. It's got the little wave over it and a mountain. Okay.
But I still don't trust it because she looks like a shady character.
God dang it, what the fuck? Not that. Here we go.
Hiding the algorithm behind the mask.
I literally just had it.
You know, we're still gonna finish watching that. You know, I found it. I found the DVD box set. I still remember the episodes. I'm gonna bring that shit over and we're gonna keep watching the most horribly translated anime that I ever seen in my life. And it was fucking peak. Absolute cinema.
God. Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
So yeah, that is the legit logo of Quicksilver. That and
I know that is.
You know what?
You know how I know?
Huh?
I was gonna say, you know how I know that's legit? Because it's the same Quicksilver brand that pro skater legend Tony Hawk represents.
Damn, Tony Hawk's midlife crisis continues forever.
No. Tony Hawk's got it going on over here. He's got we'll go into that joke on Saturday. But let's say Tony Hawk has a lot to be happy for, or not, depending on.
Oh yeah, no, I saw the article.
Yeah.
He has combined his bloodline. He has given birth to the whitest man to ever exist.
No, not him. His son has, and his son's
exactly.
Wife. So,
bro, like that motherfucker could not have a more main character name if he wanted to.
Right.
I'm genuinely impressed.
All right, I'll finish this up over here. This boosting engagement means more revenue for companies, which seems to be the main reason for corporate interest in AI-generated content. The more likes a company gets on their posts, the more their product or service is seen, and the more sales they can make. AI allows these companies to get the content out quickly and cheaply. One trend that has been recently popular on TikTok is that creators has taken to different AI platforms to change the endings of old Vine videos. In this quote time traveling trend, people are changing iconic vines so that they never happened or happened differently. For example, someone changed the famed Charlie Bit My Finger video where the two little boys run away to some Kylo Ren looking character who is supposed to be a time traveler. It's actually kind of creepy. The trend seems harmless right now, but because it's obviously fake. But as technology improves, we'll be able to tell the difference between real videos and this AI-generated content. Only time can answer this question. The term dead internet doesn't necessarily mean the internet is no longer for human use. It more so means that the internet we know is dead. What was created by humans as a way to interact with others, a source of entertainment, and a way to learn is now different and will never be the same. AI might make the internet we know more bland and repetitive, but it's also a reminder to be skeptical of what you see online because it is becoming harder to differentiate what's real and what's fake. As artificial intelligence continues to develop, some worry that it will one day surpass human intelligence. This is referred to as singularity. According to author and futurist Bernard Marr, the concept became popular by science fiction author Werner Ving in the 90s. Singularity, he wrote, quote, will mark the first point in human history that we will share the planet with entities that are smarter than us. While this may seem like an extreme idea, one of the main characteristics that still separates humans and AI is our ability to feel. AI currently does not show any real emotional intelligence. It does not have the capacity to feel empathy or passion as humans do, but AI is growing rapidly. It is becoming more creative, and the singularity concept argues that this fast growth will get to a point where AI no longer needs humans to function. It is unlikely that if this event were to occur, it would happen anytime soon. But if it is not something that can be prevented, people can at least be prepared. The purpose of AI is to be a tool to aid in problem solving and make the lives of people more efficient. Though with any technology, it might not always go the way it was intended to. Its future is uncertain. Whether we like it or not, AI is going to continue to expand and become more of our everyday lives. It will be important to stay informed and realize when it becomes more than just a silly internet trend. So that's the end.
Hey, you ever seen that thing called the Second Renaissance?
You mean from the Animatrix? Yes, I have.
Yeah, you know, that really cool animated thing by the guy who made Ghost in the Shell. Yeah. Just no reason, just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. More so than the pictures, AI video definitely has a long way to go because I keep getting reminded of that ballerina AI generated video.
Oh no.
Remember that one?
Oh yeah.
That was absolutely terrifying to watch.
Oh yeah, the uncanny valley knows no limits.
Yeah, so for the hardest thing for pictures to do really is hands. But for video, legs and arms. It still has issues with hands, but like legs and arms, it can't tell what is what.
Oh yeah, no, it can make still images just fine, but make it do movement and it will shit itself. The thing is, it's only getting better, and that's the part that understandably worries people, because it will eventually get good enough that it can fool anybody, no matter how smart they may think to be. And when you think about it, the robots in the Animatrix didn't have to make better machines. All they had to do was make perfect sex bots, and they would have won over humanity in like 3 days.
But they're not interested in being servile to humanity. They were interested.
Oh, well then, in that case, complete robot death. Absolute extermination. Fuck you, Skynet. And not in the fun way either.
But is it really...
I was willing to aim for peace, but clearly they want war. Okay.
No, they didn't want war. We were just...
But I do.
Okay, well, you want to be in you want war? You go ahead and you fight your robot overlords when they show up. See how?
Oh, that's cute. You think you're gonna actually stay behind? No, brother, I'm dragging you with me to the front lines. We're going together.
I'll be long dead by then. We all know that.
No, you will not. I will break science and give you unholy cybernetics. Because listen, I need somebody on my team who's like part machine but hates himself, but at the same time struggles with the moral composite of metal and flesh. And I can't use Joe because he's too tall. I'm sorry, Joe.
No, it's okay.
No. Jose would actually be the better candidate. Whenever Jose goes stone
face... Don't tell me!
I'm volunteering you all the live long day. I don't give a fuck. I'll do it again. I don't care. Besides, you're the one who has much more static emotional features when you're exclaiming. It's much easier for you to go on as a robot instead. All I got to do is slap a QR code on your forehead, and I'm good to go.
Oh my god! All right, let's go ahead and continue on because we still have more information, don't we, Juan?
Actually. That was the end of the article, and I just wanted to open the floor to Zayana and you and Dragonfang and Angel. I wanted to keep us talking about on all this because with Angel leading on with AI imagery and Zayana and Dragonfang mentioning how AI generated videos and photos have different issues with hands and limbs and movement and all that stuff. That in and of itself, that shit's still learning based not just on the content that it's generated on its own, but by new content that we create. So that shit is coming up. It's just a matter of time at this point. The only reason why anyone would want to do this shit is for deceptive purposes. Either because I don't see anyone saying like, oh, well, I want to create a short film, but I don't really feel like hiring anyone, or I don't really feel like doing any of the work for it. Unless you're a total hack.
Fuck it, let's just use AI. It's pretty much like done on autopilot.
Yep.
Unless you're a total
in due
hack
time,
like Star
they
Wars
will
Theory,
use.
who is an idiot and is making AI-generated Star Wars fan film shit and calling himself the greatest artist of all over that shit.
Alas, there will always be people that seek to take advantage of it, either be for their own means or simply to dab on the things that they don't like. And sadly, that is also how it's going to get, because eventually, when the art gets good enough, and do not lie to yourself, it will eventually get good enough to be borderline indistinguishable from the real thing. In due time, somebody's gonna use it. It doesn't matter if it will be for bad or good purposes. And you know what happens when somebody actually makes use of it and makes a product that is mildly good?
What happens? Used for something
Every
horrible.
single corporation will go, hang on, there's money here.
Not just that.
And then it's gonna go all to shit.
They're gonna pull your favorite meme. I made this. You made this?
I made this. The difference is that every time you do that, another robot shows up behind you and repeats the same thing. I made this.
I made this. And then they start repeating onto over themselves. It's like the It's like a bad Rick and Morty joke. The Meeseeks generating themselves for use on themselves instead of someone else using them.
Yeah. The difference is, unlike the Meeseeks, AI is not in horrible pain. It just causes horrible pain.
It can cause horrible pain. It can cause horrible delights also, but yeah, no, it's pretty much going to be painful. But we have to make ourselves literate about this shit. We have to make ourselves aware of how this shit works, of where this AI generated content intersects in our lives, and how we can keep ourselves from being horribly influenced by them in ways that normally we wouldn't allow. You know, like
exactly because there is no glass ceiling holding down the evolution of of AI and what it's capable of.
Sadly, there is not. And unfortunately, as long as it's even the slightest bit profitable, there never will be. Because you know how the corpus work, man. We've seen how they operate. We see them do everything in their power to avoid paying the artists, the actual actors, the stuntmen. If they can save money, they will. And AI, done properly, is the ultimate saving measure.
And it's going to be a fucking nightmare. Just think about it. Like we said last year, we had the big Screen Actors Guild and Writers Guild strikes. We've got video game companies being struck by voice actors. We've got people who are trying to fight for their livelihoods because of the corporation's flagrant usage of AI, rather than cutting in the artists into the process, like what they're actually negotiating. Like, okay, fine, AI usage is unavoidable. At the very least, give us the control for our likeness of our AI usage. We'll dictate the fucking terms, and then you guys can use it from there.
I love how the creator of El Tigre, The Adventures of Manny Rivera, every time a new article comes out, he reposts it and he only says one word: Hollywood.
Go fucking figure.
And doesn't that just tell everything?
It do.
Like almost every time, and he's right, because the dude worked in it. He made his own TV show, and let's just say he walked out of the industry with a very much not positive opinion of the sheer hell he had to go through. Every now and then he likes to post about the amount of things that he had to censor and remove from his show to just get it past the stupid stockholders and the never-ending production meetings. And the moment he heard that they were planning to put animation, he just went, no matter what happens, it will never be as good. You gotta understand how bad this shit is, then even Michael Bay, Lord of Explosions himself, outright says, yeah, I'm not putting that shit in any of my films. I don't care what people think. Which makes me all the sad, because apparently James Cameron has recently come out in support of the industry of that crap.
He clearly doesn't quite grasp the implications of this shit, or at least that's how he's coming off. If he now, unless James Cameron can actually sit down and tell us all the research, or at least his perspective on why he's in favor of AI generated content, I'd be happy to listen. but he can't, like, I remember someone was actually trying to call him on it, and he just said, like, oh, really? Well, like, oh, really? I'm a hack. Well, I'm afraid my multiple Academy Awards and multiple highest grossing films of all time records with Avatar, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, Titanic, I believe they would beg to differ. Like, yes, that's fucking achievements that you did, but that doesn't necessarily denote being fluent in discussions of AI generated content. It just
I don't have to be a chef to tell you that food tastes like shit, Mr. Cameron.
No, exactly. Speaking of which, Gladys 9000 in the chat earlier said the Gordon Ramsay AI videos make me uncomfortable with
oh dear God,
screaming emoji.
They better. Those things are fucked up.
That's
very much so.
It's raw.
God, no.
You donkey.
No. Like, look, like we said, like we brought this shit up tonight, namely for two reasons. One, it's an interesting theory, and namely because, like we said, it's got an element of truth to it. Because, like I said, we were showing you guys and we're pointing out different facets of this stuff. You know, like with the PBS documentaries that I mentioned earlier, and how these articles have been like discussing this. Number one, we thought this was interesting, and number two, this shit should be dispelled from the mystical craziness of it, of the wacky conclusion we're jumping to from it, of it being like, okay, well, we've got bots running around on Facebook. That means that the world is coming to an end and we're all being replaced by robots. Pump the brakes.
We're not there yet. No. Let's not panic.
Yeah.
So
listen, let's not turn one of James Cameron's movies to reality, okay? Let's not jump to conclusions.
I'm telling you, if Skynet did the sex bot thing, humanity would have died in like a century or so.
Except, thankfully, Skynet's stupid.
Depends. Depends on what movie you're watching.
Skynet's been stupid. If James Cameron's still signing off on those and executive producing on them, Skynet's still stupid. I don't care which ones it is, because he's still.
Listen, guys, I would rather him continue to work on more Terminator movies than Avatar movies. We don't need any more Na'vi material on DeviantArt.
I don't know, man. I saw what he did with the last Terminator movie. I don't think I wanted to touch Terminator again.
Terminator Dark Fate. Fuck. Oh my God, those look tasty. God damn it.
Yeah, Dark Fate was with me fucking like. I watched that shit for free, and I still felt like I was owed money at the end.
Right.
Listen, you gave me a hot, fit, half cyber woman with blonde, short hair, and I'm like, this is clicking almost every single box of what I like in my life, and you somehow made me bored of watching her.
Damn.
She didn't have the same charisma. I guess, I don't know.
It wasn't the charisma, it was just the script was just not letting her do anything cool.
Yeah, I know. The TX from Rise of the Machines had more personality.
I know, and her personality boiled down to make tits bigger. And I'm like, damn, look at those personalities.
No, that was just one facet in one moment of the movie, Angel. Her personality is much more fuck you and die.
Well, you gotta look at it like Bleach. You know, like there is no that much dialogue, but the characters' actions and their way of like behaving speaks for themselves. Those tits are basically her Zanpakuto.
Then why did she deflate them right back afterwards?
Because she, like many Shinigami, refused to understand an aspect of herself that she was not comfortable with. A very important aspect of Bleach is self-actualization and self-discovery. And because she refused to accept herself, she lost to Arnold Schwarzenegger, who despite being old, refuses to be obsolete because he understands that he can still pursue his purpose. It's all about self-actualization. It's actually quite important in the development of AI, I say as I awkwardly segue back to the conversation. Shut your mouth.
That wasn't actually that awkward. It's not bad. You did it.
I'm sliding in there like I'm sliding through that chest cavity if I can help it.
Gross. Fuck. Okay, so we're not there yet, thankfully. So the one thing that we got to do is we have to remember not to let ourselves fall into rabbit holes on this shit. Yes, be wary of AI generated content. Be wary of your internet usage, of your online usage. Like, be mindful, be thoughtful about how we use our online lives and shit.
Be smart.
And do not download or consume or subscribe to any AI generated content.
At this point, all you can do is do what you can with, I know people make fun of this, but voting with your wallet does in fact work. So we might as well work with that shit while we can, you know what I mean?
Well, shit, Angel, I guess that means
really
we can't even use...
Angel? Or is it something Snake told you?
You shut the front door, Juan. We are not going down the Sons of Liberty rabbit hole. You close that shit up right now.
No, Joe. You know what? No, he's right. Snake told me that. And just as he told me, I will take his idea, I will take this meme, and I will carry it on with me, and I will attempt to pass it down. For there is more to life than just genetics. The ideals, the philosophies, and the words that we carry in our existence to the next generation, in both its beauty and its ugliness, is what keeps us human, flawed yet still alive, which is something a machine, no matter how sophisticated, will never achieve.
You sure?
Okay, then. Yeah.
Yes.
No, shut up, Juan.
I must believe, no matter how difficult it may seem. Even if it's difficult, I have to believe.
See, belief is one thing, but knowing is another. We don't know for certain.
You're right. But I know one thing for certain, though.
And what's that?
I want to believe.
We're getting philosophical over here, folks.
That's what it's called. I hope
nobody was listening in or watching tonight's episode in the dark, under the influence of mind-altering substances and or drunk.
Hey man, I don't tell people what to do with their lives. If they decided to take a bunch of rainbow roads into their blood system, that's on them.
Oh no, I'm saying this because we would have tripped them up X-Files stuff from pretty much within the first hour of the show. And the last thing I want is for anybody to try to blame any sort of mishap on us. No, I didn't mean to go on this wild spree in my underwear. The Ravens flock made me do it. No, he didn't.
Well,
don't lie to yourself.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I told him to do it.
Fucking hell.
It is getting close to midnight, however, though. This is the part where I gotta turn myself in.
Well, don't worry, Angel. We're all gonna be closing out, right, Juan?
Actually, yeah, we're wrapping up right now anyways. Angel, why don't you go ahead and give us your final thoughts and let folks know about what we can expect on this Saturday's next episode of Los Amigos Play.
Well, I thank you kindly for taking the time to join with us on this matter. And as usual, it is a joy and a pleasure to have you by our side as usual. And man, what is there to say except F this entire thing and F everybody that still supports this entire thing. That aside, as much as I do enjoy my time with you guys, while I will be turning in, I will not be leaving forever, for I will meet you all in person for another wonderful episode of Los Amigos Play. We may be in the month of October, but few things are scarier than dealing with the demons of your past. So we will continue the hero route and hopefully conclude it with another level that takes 40 fucking minutes of Shadow the Hedgehog. That will be at 5 p.m. on YouTube and Kick. And I hope that I will see you all there.
Appreciate it, Angel. You
awesome,
go
awesome.
the fuck to sleep.
Yeah, no. Hang on a minute. We're all closing out together, right?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Zayana,
yeah,
Dragonfang.
Angel, stick around. We're all closing out together.
Zayana, Dragonfang, you're up.
They died.
No, they didn't die.
No, we're not. It's well. Here's the thing. Technically, the internet will never be dead because literally, what will we all do? You can't say that no one's on the internet.
Keep everyone away.
I mean, yeah, there are some people that end up leaving the internet. However, are you going to leave the internet anytime soon?
No,
I'm leave it.
There's too many stupid people
here.
So technically, I don't agree with the name of it. You could say the creativity will eventually be dead because people no longer want to share their stuff.
The name is basically fear-mongering.
Yeah, kind of.
It is. Oh, the internet's going to be dead.
They were
it's dead.
It's like worded differently.
Yeah, the name doesn't really stick. It really is a fear-mongering type of thing. But I still think that if enough people do use those AI things with glaze and nightshade, to help protect their images, eventually it will start to fuck up every single AI creator.
And then you'll
God,
know
I hope so.
it's
That would be
AI
hilarious.
generated.
Because that's the thing.
What was the
Just
second
one
one
alone,
called? Was it called Glaze?
Glaze. Yeah, there is another one named Glaze, but Glaze is mainly just a defense. Nightshade is both a defense and it actually works to destroy the AI creator by literally, what was it? Poisoning the pixel,
Poisoning the well, so to
poisoning the
speak.
image on the pixel level. So if enough of them are entered into an AI model, it will literally render it useless. So
That is fascinating.
Yeah. So like even if they don't use Nightshade, if we have other ones that more and more people can keep using, doing different things, if enough of them do get used, eventually I think the AI art creators will literally just be obsolete at this point.
Self-destruct.
And for a completely unrelated reason in every way, shape, or form whatsoever, I went ahead and I shared the link to the Nightshade AI filter.
Wow, Juan, how nice of you to find this completely unrelated link to this completely unrelated program that nobody will ever use for anything. Ever.
Yeah, no,
listen, it's just a good business practice, to protect your work.
Of course, safety and security. We gotta protect our individuality.
If you're locking your car, security.
Exactly, and Lord knows that privacy is at a premium on the internet right now. That's why VPN and Surfshark have become so useful.
You put a tracking device into your suitcase when you're traveling. Security.
I mean, to be fair though, there is a reason like chat. Sorry, I was about to say chat. No, there is a reason why. What's it called? Goodness, the name. VPN and Surfshark have become so important nowadays. Privacy is at a premium, and companies can and will take as much as they can from you so they can get their cut of the advertisement. So, you gotta do what you can. The rest of the world ain't playing fair, so you gotta play a little dirty yourself. Know what I'm saying?
No, you're right.
Yeah, we know what you're saying.
So yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you guys. We got to be for especially those who are creatively inclined. They definitely need to protect their digital artwork. So yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, Nightshade filter in the chat. So I don't know. And
all right, well, let's go ahead and continue wrapping up, shall we?
So, anything else, ladies, that you wanted to add? Zayana, Dragon, you're good?
Let's see. I mean, and I do agree that, we've seen the rise of all the bots and everything. And even though AI is bad, there are instances if you use it correctly to help, automate stuff that should be automated, which ends up freeing us to do others things.
Not do job searches, please.
Yeah, it could, it could actually help us. So I'm still on the stance of AI can be good if used in the correct practices and not to get rid of jobs.
Or steal stuff. Like when you put in resumes and automatic reject. AI
can help with that, especially if they get a lot.
But if you only
let me finish. This is why. If you use it to properly sort it and not just auto reject on one little thing,
then most of the things do.
Well, yeah, that's what I say. But if they start really improving upon that,
yet they're not going to because they're lazy as shit.
If they do, then it will be much better because some jobs get like thousands of applicants. So yes, it does help cut down, but it cut down potential people.
Everything.
Yeah.
What if I just cut everything down? What if I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna put this like AI, and I'm gonna put like a series of like conditions, and every single resume that doesn't fill those conditions, automatic rejection.
Yeah. Also, Sis actually did, I think, share a thing about this one human resources person was thinking that their AI,
they got the whole HR team fired because even his resume was rejected.
So he was like, "Why is no one? Why
are we not hiring?
Yeah, why are we not hiring? Why is
we're putting out applications? So we're putting out job hiring.
His application and it was auto rejected.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a fascinating fuck up.
he forwarded that to management, and management was like, "What the heck are you doing, HR?" And they're
Fired
like,
everyone.
"Oh well, they're not qualified." Guys,
You sure
and
about that?
That was my resume that you rejected. Wait, what?
Like,
all of them fired.
Like, have these resumes been vetted by, I don't know, human eyes?
No,
that's the point.
That's the shitty thing. A lot of these aren't looked at by human, and guess what? AI will. Yes, of course, there's going to be a lot to go through, but most of the time you're weeding out your next candidate right there.
You know what the best part is too?
Upgrading that to make it so it's not auto rejecting potential people.
No,
you know what the best part is too?
It's like, no, we keep on getting rejected. What?
Hang
The
on a
best
minute,
part
guys.
is
Hang on.
that system is hilariously easy to fool. I found at least 3 or 4 posts on like social media going, "Hey guys, listen, I got rejected by those stupid businesses that use that. So I went to a resume maker and I put a bunch of words that basically..."
I tried that. It does not work.
It worked for the majority of others.
You got a few more.
You gotta be shitting me.
Yeah, no, sometimes
also,
depending on the business,
work.
you can completely fool it depending on what you put on that thing.
Well, also the trick that's been going around with put this in white.
It does not work.
Yeah, no. For one, it doesn't work. 2, if that gets across,
resume makers will not let you do that.
Oh no. It's if you do that. Some people have said that they were HR and they see that that doesn't look good for you.
Yeah,
because they can find it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the one time they actually have human eyes looking at that shit is when they're about to fuck you over. Fascinating.
It's mainly because that person also literally had no qualifications for that, and they did just to pass it, and they're like, dude, it doesn't look good for you.
That's also bad on that side because that means that you are driving people to try to cheat the system because the system itself doesn't play fair.
Yeah, the system needs to be better.
And then the people complain, well, why don't people want to work? We do. We just keep getting either ghosted or rejected by automatic rejection emails.
Trust me, we would work if we had one.
Seriously.
Yeah. So I'm still in the sense of, AI can be good if used properly.
Most of the time it's
incorrectly.
It's used for
not to literally steal the work of others.
Okay, but how can I use this to shave off more money off my accounts and fire more people? That's the problem. The bosses only work, the people on top, not the bosses, because Lord knows not even the managers want to get that low on the ground. They know what happens if too many people get fired. But the people in charge of the actual company, those useless sacks of shit called the CEOs, they look at people and they see numbers. They look at the system and they find a way to make their number big and every other number small, and that's the only thing they care about. Depressingly so.
That all of the top brass should have to live for a month off of their lowest paid employee's paycheck.
They wouldn't survive. My boss owns 5 houses and he's one of the good ones.
That would be the day, wouldn't it? All right.
Now,
excellent insight, ladies. Jose, your final thoughts, and let us know what you can expect on tomorrow night's edition of Wrestle Rewind.
Well, so far, Angel, Ziana Rose, and Dragon Fang, they hit all the bullet points right there, as what I was going to say. But it all boils down to, you know what? Fuck them. Fuck this whole concept of AI evolving. I hate that we still have to like they said, we still need the internet to we still depend on the internet. I hate that we have to depend on it, but I really don't have any other words. Just fuck this whole thing, man. It's fucking ridiculous, and fuck anybody who supports this AI generated shit.
It's pretty shite, Moit.
Thank you.
All right, and what about what we can expect on Wrestle Rewind, Jose?
Absolutely. For tomorrow night's edition of Wrestle Rewind, which is every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube Big Kick, join me and my tag partner, who doesn't look very enthusiastic, Mr. Juan Arouse.
It's because you basically didn't give much of an opinion, man. What the fuck? You want me to be enthused? Enthuse me. Enthusing me.
You heard the man, Joe. Next time, running with a crack needle and just shove it right in his neck.
No, run in with something more to add to it, rather than just fuck up.
Okay, fine. Fuck. 2 crack needles.
CM Punk will be the topic of discussion tomorrow.
Don't try to weaponize my my love of CM Punk.
Okay, now you're just asking for the same thing he's giving you and complaining you're not getting.
Man, crab it up your ass. You're not satisfied with anything.
Yes, I am.
Except CM Punk.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, join me and Mr. Juan Arouse as we review 3 of the most popular wrestling programs in North America today: WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and TNA Impact. For tomorrow night, along with our reviews, we'll be reviewing the official televised debut of WWE NXT on the CW network as it makes its live debut over in Chicago, Illinois. And yes, once again, CM Punk will be the major topic of discussion as he is the special referee for the main event of the televised debut of NXT on CW.
Hey, wait a second. I apologize for asking for one, maybe a spoiler.
What's up?
But what was the name of the guy that was playing Ref in the first match between CM Punk and the other guy, McIntyre? The one
Seth
that they...
Rollins.
That's
what
Seth.
about it?
Is Seth Rollins going to be there too?
No.
No.
Come on! I wanted some revengeance.
No, bro. Sorry.
No. Seth Rollins doesn't have anything to be revenging quite yet.
I don't know. He kind of fucked up on like CM Punk over that one match. I'm just saying.
Fucked up, but but they both know, like, okay, I know I don't like you, but at the same time, you didn't really do anything wrong.
He did one thing wrong. He was Seth Rollins.
Anyway, so that is what to expect for tomorrow night. And we turn it back over to you, Juancho.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you, Jose, Zayana, Dragon Fang. I appreciate you guys over here. And my final thoughts on this are pretty straightforward. Like I mentioned, this came up because I found it in the middle of the night a couple years ago, and it was an idea that was something that was supremely creepy and unsettling and unnerving. But that was only because there was enough kernels of facts about it, like talking about data scraping by corporations using these algorithms and using the cookies of our online search histories and all that shit. It's like the fucking element in Captain America: The Winter Soldier from their project of how Hydra was going to take over the world and how they were going to know who else they should eliminate and shit. And I can understand people being paranoid and freaking out over it, but that's not something that we need to actually be too horribly horrified by, because just here, in a matter of a couple hours, we managed to help demystify it a little bit, hopefully. Yes, there's shit that we need to be responsible with how we use AI, with how we interact online with each other, or with our favorite websites, or our favorite social media sites, or our favorite vendors. We have to be conscientious of that shit. And hopefully with us providing the link to the Nightshade AI tool, that's one way that we can help combat this stuff. And here's hoping that we'll be able to continue combating these kind of encroachments of AI and all that jazz. But of course, this sort of struggle is far from over. We're barely at the end of the prelude here, but you better believe, however this turns out, for better or worse, that we'll be covering it right here on this show, the uncensored and uncompromising interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock, The Black Files, hosted by yours truly, Juan Arouse, as we bring you to and help you delve into the darker side of nerd and geek culture. Be sure to request access as we go live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe and the follow button, ring the notification bell, stay up to date on all of our content. Become an inner flocker by hitting the join button, and until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Kick.com/TheRavensFlock, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and the Ravens Flock. Jose Casamone, Angel Mendez, Seattle Rose Cosplay, Dragon Fang Cosplay, I am Juan Rose. This has been the Black Files.